Hey, welcome to Q&A with Megan. This edition is Living with the Holy Spirit, Part 3. Today, we are getting into the connection between the head and the heart and the Holy Spirit. Here's our first question. In living with the Holy Spirit, which is more important, our thinking or our feeling? I like that question a lot. So, when living with the Holy Spirit, we need to pay attention to both our thinking and our feeling. Why? Because God created both of our capacities to think and feel. We need to have both. And what's ideal is the marriage between the head and the heart, between our logic and our emotion. So, once we come to understand that a little bit more and practice that, I believe that the Holy Spirit can live more fully and powerfully with us and through us. So, how do we practice that? How do we make that connection between the head and the heart? I'll tell you now that it's not the easiest thing in the world. A lot of people these days focus mostly on the thinking, on the head, the brain, what's going on logically, and don't always consult the feelings in the heart and the emotions to lead in different ways to act. But it's important that we consider both. And the Holy Spirit wants to be a part of all of these faculties. The Holy Spirit wants to be fully in us and wants to utilize all of our gifts, all of our capacities in order to bring more life and truth and love in the world. So, here's our next question. Can you give a few examples of how to connect and live from the head and the heart? Yes. I'll teach a short meditation that I learned just the other day. What you do in this meditation is first recognize that indeed there are about 40,000 cells in the heart that function like brain cells. They can process information, receive information, send messages out to the body independently of brain cells. They work just like the brain, but they're in the heart, these cells. So, in order to get more in touch with this heart center, I suggest that you put your hand on your heart or some part of your fingers touching your heart center. Just place your hand there for a moment. And then work on slowing down your breathing. So try on the inhale to breathe for 5 seconds. And then exhale out for 5 seconds. Do that again and again and again until you feel calm and safe. Breathing slowly indicates that you are in a safe place. So do that. And then once you feel a little bit more calm and grounded, I invite you to feel one or a combination of these 4 feelings and emotions. So, try to experience caring about something or someone in your life. Experience gratitude for something or someone. Appreciation for something out there, someone. And then have compassion on someone or something. And just sit with this feeling as you breathe, as your hand is on your heart center. Doing this has lasting effects, and it takes only moments. By doing this, we connect more to our hearts. But our brain cells are working. Our whole bodies are remembering what's going on, how we can really connect to, tap into that place within us that has a lot of feelings involved. So how does this all tie in with the Holy Spirit? Well, like I said, the Holy Spirit works in our whole essence, in everything that we are. And I just sense that a lot of us have lost touch with our heart, with our feelings, and have almost come to distrust them in favor of focusing solely on the brain and the thoughts that are going on. So I believe that the Holy Spirit can work through our feelings and emotions, but does not want to ignore our logic and our reasoning, of course. Maybe some of us have heard bringing together faith and reason, the kind of, the logic and the thinking combined with something that isn't as tangible, that isn't as understandable. You can't prove it or calculate it. It's just there, and we have to attach ourselves to it and get on board with it. So faith and reason come together, as do our heart and our head. And that is where the Holy Spirit can just explode with life. So I know that this Q&A was a little more abstract than the other ones we've had in the past, but I wanted to bring you this because it was inspiring to me, this information. A lot of the facts that I just spoke of are from Heart Math. And so look into it if you want to know a little bit more. And again, just keep practicing being guided by those thoughts and feelings together. The Holy Spirit is working so powerfully. The Holy Spirit wants these two, the feelings, the thoughts, the heart, and the head, to marry, to combine, to join up, and to lead you to every place that you are called to be, which is all good and loving. So good luck out there. Have fun. And don't worry if you don't feel like it's all settled and everything's in place at this point, because honestly, it's not for me either. It's a process, a journey that we are all on, trying to live with the Holy Spirit, allowing the Holy Spirit to work through us, lift us up, encourage us, and give us all the truth that we need to live in this world, to love, to do good, to be happy and joyful, all of it. So together we are on the path, and know as well that you are just exactly where you are meant to be right now at this moment. And so am I, and I take so much joy and assurance from that. So let us continue to enjoy this life together, and I will see you next week. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. See you later.